Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Rise, Recover, Live podcast. We are your hosts, Bryce III, he, him pronouns.
And Liz McKean, she, her pronouns.
Liz McKean or she.
I don't know. I forgot my name on that first take.
So this was take 12 of getting the intro together because Liz forgot her name.
Yeah, I have, it's true. Words are hard today.
Besides forgetting your name, how's your energy today, Liz?
My energy is, I'm not grounded. That's for sure. Like feeling in a good mood, feeling grateful, and also have been traveling a lot. I was sure that I didn't really know what day it was, but I was surprised that I also didn't know what my name was. But here we are. Showing up anyway.
You know what day it is. I know what your name is. We got to get you some copper to hold on to so you don't float away.
I know. I definitely could use some. How is yours, my friend?
My energy is pretty straight. I think today I've been attuned to foundation. A lot of times I can get caught up in the work that I do and forget to get caught up in how I work. And so like there's the work where it's like I'm head down and I'm in it, and then there's like the environment. Like, you know, my office space was crazy, my house is crazy, my journaling practices, but my goals and intentions are a little bit like I haven't touched them like I'd like to. So just those things. Today's been one of those days where it's like I'm really focused on having that foundation so I could feel grounded as I can be. I'm not necessarily like a grounded individual to begin with. I could float away very easily. So it's good to like have the ground in the sky for me, if that makes any sense as a metaphor.
It does. No, I get it. I think you and I both can be grounding for one another and for other people. Like I sometimes I find that I will feel very ungrounded. And then if I'm able to show up for someone else and help them feel grounded, it has the effect of helping me feel grounded.
Yeah.
I need that additional person to kind of feel like we're holding on to each other so we don't fly off the planet.
Yeah, I have a similar experience. And I don't know if it's like an individual in general that like, because that's a lot of responsibility. You know what I'm saying? For me to be like, oh, you're the person that I hold on to so I don't fly off the planet. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. I love you too, but I don't know. But like, it's just people in general.
Yeah.
Like even with my ADHD, like one-to-one conversation activates my hyperfocus. I don't know why. But it also like gives me, it brings me back down to like the meaning.
Yeah.
You know, like people, our connectivity, community, that is something that always grounds me. And it can be, you know, a person that I met out on the street just taking a walk, you know, and we have a random conversation. It's like, oh, you know, and that will come from being inside the crib and, you know, in a four-corner room by myself with ideas and inclinations and nudges and, you know, but I go outside and I speak to somebody randomly and it's like, oh,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. The power of human connection it never does not amaze me. And the funny thing about it, we're recording this shortly before the holidays or the holiday, the big, a big one that a lot of folks celebrate. And I feel like the whole kind of name of the game around this season is connection and being together and family. And there's a lot of pressure in that. And I feel like sometimes the pressure of it can really take away from that groundingness of those connections. It's so interesting when that is the purpose, when that's the whole thing and we're all talking about it all the time. That's when I can feel the least connected. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't even know if I've talked about it on this show. Like if we've had an episode where I mentioned it, but like I threw Thanksgiving at my crib this year, and I had an interesting experience. It was a great experience, and I went into it like nobody else is bringing this energy to the table, and some of this energy has died in certain circles. So like, let me be the one who contributes to like this energy coming to fruition. And on the back end of it, there were some people that I didn't invite, but it's not like I didn't invite. I just like was focused on making things happen and like contributing to like togetherness. But in turn, like it was kind of voiced that maybe I might have disincluded some people, or like some people felt a way about it. And it just really like kind of threw me for a loop. And I started to catch a bit of a resentment because I'm like, nobody was doing this energy anyway. And so then I come to contribute the energy, and now what about me? And you left me out. And it's like, I don't know, like I wasn't, like, you ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, I just wasn't thinking. But I say all that to say, even in a space of like, I don't care that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just never been a person who cares. My mama raised me that way because she don't care. So she like, if I do something, like, don't worry about being here at any time. Like, just get to me when you get to me. I know y'all got other families you want to go to. I'm here. I love you. I'm here. The space is here. So I ain't never cared. But even in not caring, we can still get pulled into some of the hoopla of like, and I don't even know what to call it, but that can cause for like emotional distress that maybe we didn't even predict.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like, I mean, it's just words, but like, I feel like you do care. I mean, you care enough to do that. You care about people enough to want to like bring them together. You don't have like it doesn't have to be a certain way, like you're able to do that in a way that's just very open and low pressure. And that's beautiful. And also I think that can be like foreign to some people who are used to like more of a regimented way about it. Does that feel accurate?
I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just think it's so interesting to think about all the different experiences we could have around these times, whether it's like learning to navigate different family members and different, points of views, whether that be political, spiritual, or like just life point of views, and seeing things differently than other people see things, or it be like not having family at all and learning how to navigate that, or maybe you lost like a very important family member before the holiday, and maybe this is your first holiday without that person that you considered to be like the reason for the holiday. And I've been trusted with all different types of stories, and it gives me perspective. And I've had my own circumstance and situations, and it's just like every year may be different. And so I think to that point, I just really want to encourage you all to take the time to take what you need this year. Whatever that looks like, whether it be space or whether it be like to get around the people that you need to be around instead of taking space, whether that means that you need to go and get in the gym and stay in the gym, or whether that means you need to sit in the bed and watch Lifetime movies because that's the energy that you need. Like, there's no like one size fits all thing. And I think that plays like our intuition, which if you're a person in recovery or you're digging into like intentional living for the first time, like we might be sharpening the tool of that intuition. Like we're just now starting to like trust the signal of that antenna as to like what it is that we need. But it's there. It's there. And the more you show up and just practice showing up for what it is that you think that you may need, like the stronger that signal becomes.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And I think, when it comes to our community that is, recovery means something different to everybody. It's such a unique experience for each person. I think that showing up piece, that often means showing up for yourself, and we have a lot of obligations, I think, especially around the holidays, that can feel like we're being pulled to fulfill the needs of a lot of other people. And I think depending on where you are in your recovery journey, and especially if you are, early on or at a point that you're feeling like, that your recovery could be at risk by taking care of somebody other than yourself, like the people that love you, I'm going to say this, not knowing the people that love you, but as a person who loves you because you're listening and you're part of this community, want you around in this world. And if that means you can't be around for the party, then do that for yourself. It's hard to disappoint people, but it's much, much more important to take care of yourself. And, you're listening to this podcast, so you are tapped into a community of people who are just here and rooting for you. And, yeah. And I'm just so glad that you're part of it, and just sending you a lot of love.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of love from both of us. We just wanted to do a quick holiday check-in. I put a post on Instagram recently on my own personal page at Bryce the Third, if you all want to follow me. and it went pretty crazy. It's thus far it's got like 1,200 reshares, and basically it's just saying that if like whoever sent this to you want to know how you're doing, like how are you, like for real, like how are you, and the person that sent this to you is here to hold space for what comes back. And I think the reason that post in particular went crazy as it has is because like we're all waiting to be checked on. Like we're all wishing to be checked on. Like we all inherently want to be cared for and checked on. And there was, something goes crazy. It's important when like there's like kind of trolls in the comments, and there's like people in the comments like, don't send this to me, call me. And it's like, you could even hear behind that, it's like, dang, I wish somebody would call. I wish somebody would call. I'm seeing this and I'm like, damn, I wish somebody would send this to me. So check. That's another call to action. Check on your people as well.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need us, we'll be around. And hop in the Phoenix app and hop in my DM on the Phoenix app. Liz is on the Phoenix app. Come see us in a podcast space on the Phoenix app.
And
like
stop in on virtual events. There are virtual events happening every single day, both Phoenix traditional events that could be doing a fitness class or meditation or a yoga class. There's also things like our All Pathways to Recovery meetings. There are little social events where people just show up and hang out. And we have incredible partners on the app where you can hop into a Smart Recovery meeting, a Recovery Dharma. If you're in the service industry, go to a Ben's Friends meeting. There are so many different ways to connect with folks. You're not alone.
You're not. And I would say this before we get out of here. And it makes me feel good to know that I'm not alone, because you're not alone, because you not being alone is me showing up for you, which is also me showing up for us. Like, this is a thing that I tell a lot of the guys in my men's group. It's like, when I'm telling you to hit me up, like, I'm telling you that because I need you to allow me to be there for you. The Phoenix needs to be here for you. Otherwise, the Phoenix doesn't exist. I need to be here for you because that's the work that I do that allows for me to have context and perspective to all the different experiences in the world and learn how to show up for people that aren't me and to get outside of my head. So in reaching out, you're not bothering anybody. You're not bugging nobody. Like, you're actually doing us a solid. So please, please, if you feel called to do so, reach out.
Take care of you. We love you. We're so glad that you're part of this community, because we're stronger together.
We most definitely are. And happy holidays. And me and Liz are sending love to you on behalf of the entire organization of the Phoenix and behalf of everybody in the Phoenix community, sending love to you and to your doorstep and to your loved ones. And have a great holiday season.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.